Okay.
If I can just get a few things from you, sir. Your name, your branch of service, and your dates of service to begin with.
Yes, name is Douglas Vink, and I was in the Army. I was with the 6th. I fought with the 6th Armored Division, and I ended up being buck sergeant when I got discharged, and then I became staff sergeant when I was in the National Guard.
Okay, and your dates of service, sir?
I was in from March 17th, 1943 until January 12th of 1946.
Excellent. We are here in Albany on the 28th of May, and it is 1:10 in the afternoon, and Captain Kathy Sweeney is interviewing. Can you state again your full name, sir?
My name is Douglas J. Venk.
And what was your occupation?
I was a student.
Okay. When did you enter the service?
I entered service in March 17th of 1943.
And did you enlist? Were you drafted?
No, I was drafted out of high school.
Right out of high school. And you said chose the Army, so they drafted you, obviously.
I didn't choose the Army. It was wished on me when I got there.
Okay. Where did you receive basic training?
Down Camp Polk, Louisiana.
Tell me about some of your experiences there.
In Camp Polk, well, I spent 14 months with the 8th Armored Division, the 33rd Armored Regiment, Company G, and mostly it was tank. First it was infantry training, and then we went into our tank training. And it mostly, very boring.
Yeah, very boring.
Because I spent 14 months there.
And what was your specific training?
Well, my training was that I started out as the assistant driver, and then if you wanted to go on further in a tank corps, you had to hold 5 MOS numbers for each. So then I became the driver, and from the driver I went to loader and radio operator, and then I went to the gunner, which I served overseas as a gunner, and then I became tank commander.
Now, what theater of action or your battles in chronological order?
Well, I was in the European theater of operations, and I was in northern France, Germany, and the Ardennes.
How did you feel about combat?
There wasn't much feeling. You didn't have time to feel too much about it. Mm-hmm. You just went about doing your job, and that was it.
Now, did you receive medals, citations?
I got awarded the Presidential Unit Citation and the Croix de Guerre for liberation of Liège in Belgium.
And why did you receive those? I'm sorry.
Because we fought and liberated those cities.
Okay. How did you keep in touch with those at home?
With V-mail.
How often were you able to do that?
Well, I'm not a very good writer, even today. So when I would get a letter reminding me that I didn't write, I'd write one.
What was your most memorable experience and why?
Well, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say about it. There wasn't too many memorables in there, except when I got a chance to go on a 15-day furlough to the Riviera. That was a great one. Well, actually, it was 8 days, but I saved 15.
How do you feel about your military experiences?
I would never, wouldn't in the world ever want to miss it. It was a great experience, and I think today a lot of people would be good for them, the younger kids, because there's nothing that they know about anything about the war. No.
Were you aware of the concentration camps in the European theater?
Not until we got up to Buchenwald. That was my first experience of seeing one. And that's where that lady came from that stripped all the tattoos off and made lampshades. One of the guards.
How did you learn about VE Day, and where were you and your feelings about
Well,
that?
VE Day, we were sitting about 32 miles out of Berlin because we had been stopped 2 weeks before, so the Russians could take it. We could have had it. I served with Platinum. We could have had Berlin, but with that conference they had, they gave it all away.
What were your feelings on that?
Didn't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, after you go that far, why stop? You know.
Now, what did you do when you arrived home?
I was home 4 days and I went to work.
What did you go back to work doing?
I got a job in a local meat market. I stayed there maybe for a couple months, and then I went up to what they call McDonald Meter Works, made electric meters. Then I got a call to go to Niagara Mohawk, and I stayed there for almost 39 years.
Do you belong to any veterans organizations?
I belong to the Battle of the Bulge, Hudson Valley Chapter number 49. I belong to the American Legion, Military Order of the Cooties. I belong to the Veterans of Foreign Wars. And I'm also a member of the Joint Veterans Committee. And I serve on a support group for Saratoga National Cemetery.
Have you attended any reunions?
Yes.
How, where, and
I was lucky enough to attend 3, 2 out in Fort Knox and 1 out in Ohio.
when were those, sir?
The last one was 2 years ago, and there's not enough men left now to have one, so that was it.
How did your military experience change or influence your life?
But I think it made a man out of me. Because remember, I was only 18-year-old then. And now, my 2 fellas that I'm with over there, we go around teaching schools now about the battle. We've been doing it 4 years, teaching kids about the Battle of the Bulge.
Sir, I want to thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Not really, you said it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking time.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
Thank you.
Thanks.